let's show the glass demo. So first, this is regular glass. This is like normal glass, car glass. I want to show you what happens with normal car glass. Now I'll show you Tesla Armor glass. Yeah. Yeah, so still doing it. Yeah. Franz, could you try to break this glass, please? Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah.
I think a lot of us remember this day, where Elon Musk was announcing the new Tesla Cybertruck. Millions of people were watching this, and millions of people online were watching it being streamed. It's hard to think on how Elon Musk came to where he is right now. But there's a lot of things out there that not a lot of people know about Elon Musk. So let's talk about that. So buckle up, because we're gonna go pretty far back in time.
Now what you gonna do now? What we gonna do right here is go back. How far you going back? Way back.
And this year, well, 1971, was the year that Elon Musk was born. So we might have to push the year a little bit further for us to really get the gears running. There's a lot of crazy stuff about Elon Musk that it's kind of hard to figure out where to start in a way. For example, Elon Musk holds South African, Canadian, and US citizenship. Elon Musk was raised in Pretoria, South Africa. I blushed that so much, I'm not even gonna... Yeah. Before moving to Canada at age 17, 3 years later, he moved to the United States to study business and physics at the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia. Another thing that's so bizarre is that Elon taught himself computer programming at the age of 9. He reportedly taught himself the basics of computer programming when he was only 9 years old. 3 years later, Musk built a space-themed PC game called Blastar. He sold the code for Blastar for $500 to a computer magazine. Fun fact, you can actually still play Blastar online. Another thing that bizarres me the most is that he earned 2 bachelor degrees. That's right, 2. One at the University of Philadelphia. He then moved to California to study physics at Stanford, but then after 2 days, he dropped out. He dropped out to find his first company, Zip2 Corporation. Now, this may come to a surprise to some and not to others, but Elon Musk didn't really have that great of a childhood as he claims in his own words.
The entrepreneur also describing what he called an abusive childhood and emotionally abusive father.
It was very violent. It was not a happy childhood. My father has serious issues.
And when asked about being bullied in school,
I was almost beaten to death, if you'd call that bullied.
Yeah, AI. I hate the word AI called artificial intelligence. I call it Alibaba intelligence.
Yeah. Might end up being true. You never know.
Computer only have chips. Men have the heart. It's the heart where the wisdom comes from.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Watch this.
So is that a joint? Or is it a cigar?
No,
Okay.
it's marijuana
it's
inside
weed.
of tobacco.
Oh, okay. So it's like pot tobacco
Yeah.
posh.
You never had that?
Yeah, I think I tried one once.
Come on, man. You want some of it? You probably can't because stockholders, right?
I mean, it's legal, right?
It's totally legal.
Okay.
How does that work? Do people get upset at you if you do certain things? There's tobacco and marijuana in there. That's all it is. The combination of tobacco and marijuana is wonderful. First turned onto it by Charlie Murphy and then reignited by Dave Chappelle. There you go.
Will Elon Musk host meme review? Gosh darn, it would make my life. It would make this channel. After everything this channel has gone through, it would be the best thing that it could possibly happen. It would save us from T-Series. It would redeem all evil acts of this channel. Now Elon's time. Spin the wheel of Elon. I don't know what to say. You guys don't want to see me. Let's just go to Elon. I don't know.
Hey, welcome to Meme Review with your hosts, me, Justin Roiland, and Elon Musk.
Yeah, welcome. Hi, Felix.
Hey, Felix.
You tweet a lot.
I use my tweets to express myself. Some people use their hair. I use Twitter.
Well, but you use your tweeting to kind of get back at critics.
Rarely.
You kind of have little wars with the press.
Twitter is a war zone. If somebody's going to jump in the war zone, it's like, okay, you're in the arena. Let's go.
Okay. Who does that sound like?
I don't know. Who does it sound like?
It sounds like a guy who lives at the White House.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, sure. He's very good at Twitter.
I know.
I think the president is amazingly good at Twitter.
Do you see any similarities between you and him?
I mean, there aren't zero similarities.
Do you support him?
I think there are some things that I think are good, like the Space Force. But there are some things that I think are not good, like support for oil and gas.
And his position on the environment? Global warming?
We obviously do not agree on the environment.
Serve you rich lasagna.
But his main projects were always about SpaceX and stuff based around, well, outer space. But in order for him to actually, make SpaceX and have it be a possibility, a thing that he wants to happen, he had to obviously invest in some money. And it wasn't until when years go by, he was actually one of the founders of PayPal. Fast forward a little bit more, and we see that he's also the founder of Tesla. And by both salaries combining together, once he kind of left PayPal in the way, he decided to then control, basically, mostly keep his focus on Tesla and SpaceX. But also, another reason why he's still continuing on with Tesla and he didn't drop off, PayPal back then, is because Tesla's salary is way lower than you think. As a matter of fact, Tesla is less than $40,000 when it comes to the salary in total, and he reportedly doesn't even cash the checks. However, between the 35 million Tesla shares he owns and his earnings from SpaceX, and he's doing all right if you think about it. Now, Tesla is really complicated to actually, be in the works of. The fuck did that even mean? In other words, it's basically hard to run a company, Tesla, and run SpaceX at the same time. Here's a rare interview that Elon Musk had with someone, which you can tell that Elon was getting a bit upset.
Let's talk about this year. What has gone on this year with you? It's been it's a very roller coaster year. How would you explain it? You did a very emotional interview in the New York Times. And I promise we'll get to Tesla and all the other things we want to talk about. But what has happened to you this year? How would you put it?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a very difficult year.
Why is that?
We had the Model 3 production ramp, which was excruciatingly difficult. It is incredibly difficult to survive as a car company. Incredibly difficult. People have no idea how much pain people at Tesla went through, including myself. That was excruciating.
And?
Excruciating.
Talk about that toll.
Pretty sure I burnt out a bunch of neurons during this process. Running both SpaceX and Tesla is incredibly difficult. I mean, you realize like we're fighting the incredibly competitive car companies. They make very good cars. They've been doing this for a long time. They are entrenched.
Right.
Okay, Mercedes, Audi, BMW, Lexus, you name it, all those car brands. The history of car companies in America is terrible. The only ones that haven't gone bankrupt are Tesla and Ford. That's it. Everyone else has gone bankrupt.
So the pressure of doing this.
Yes.
So why is it that you do this then?
It's trivial to start a car company.
Absolutely.
It is insanely difficult to make it successful.
So you put too much pressure on yourself this year, or it just is what you're doing?
Yeah, it sounds like you're not hearing me.
I'm hearing you. I understand it's incredibly difficult. What I'm saying is, why did you do it this way this year?
You're definitely not understanding me.
All right, try again.
Making a car company successful is monumentally difficult. There have been many attempts to create a car company, and they have all failed.
Right.
Even the ones that have had a strong base of customers, thousands of dealers, thousands of service centers, they've already spent the capital for the factories. Like GM and Ford, or GM and Chrysler, still went bankrupt in the last recession. Ford and Tesla made it barely for the last recession. There's a good chance Ford doesn't make it in the next recession. So as a startup car company, it is far more difficult to be successful than if you're an established, entrenched brand. It is absurd that Tesla is alive. Absurd. Absurd.
So what do you owe that? What do you accredit that to?
Excruciating effort.
By you?
100-hour weeks. By everyone.
By everyone here at Tesla.
Yes.
What is there?
There wasn't some other way to do this.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
There wasn't some other way to do this, Karen.
While you're also running a space company and other ones. So what I want to get at is why you're doing that. It's not a trivial. Why do you think you want to push yourself that hard?
Well, the other option would have been Tesla dies.
Another rare instance was when two of Elon Musk's heroes just bashed him with hatred in a sense where like they didn't approve of the project that he was working on. And this is basically what he had to say to it.
There are people who've been in the rocketry business for decades who say about you that you don't know what you don't know.
Well, I suppose that's true of anyone. How can anyone know what they don't know?
But when critics say you can't do this, your answer to them is,
we've done it.
He's done it in partnership with NASA, which has given SpaceX technical advice and a contract worth up to $1.6 billion, mostly for 12 cargo flights to the space station. But SpaceX's lack of experience bothers some NASA legends like Apollo astronauts Neil Armstrong and Gene Cernan. They've testified to Congress that the Obama administration's drive to commercialize space could compromise safety and eventually cost the taxpayers.
Now is the time to overrule this administration's pledge to mediocrity.
You know, there are American heroes who don't like this idea. Neil Armstrong, Gene Cernan have both testified against commercial spaceflight in the way that you're developing it, and I wonder what you think of that.
I was very sad to see that because those guys are, those guys are heroes of mine, so it's really tough. I wish they would come and visit and see the hardware that we're doing here. And I think that would change their mind.
They inspired you to do this, didn't they?
Yes.
And to see them casting stones in your direction.
It's difficult.
Did you expect them to cheer you on?
So they're hoping they would.
What are you trying to prove to them?
What I'm trying to do is to make a significant difference in spaceflight and help make spaceflight accessible to almost anyone. And I would hope for as much support in that direction as we can receive.
President Obama made his support clear when he visited SpaceX's launch site just before Falcon 9's first test flight.
And from there on out, Elon Musk has been taking a lot of different approaches when it comes to inventing, or not inventing, but like coming up with new ideas or experiments and whatnot. I've realized that this video is getting pretty long, and I hope this doesn't take too much time of you guys' day. So I'm going to end it off here. Hopefully this goes over, a brief story, quote-unquote facts. This is the full story of his past and whatever, and some interesting facts that I found out about him. It was interesting to see his lifestyle, but it's also, in a way, a little bit all over the place, and it was hard to do this chronologically. Either that or I'm just bad at doing this. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys later. Peace.